All right, so we were able to post our assignment or post our Google slide deck. One quick note that I want to add is on that Google slide deck, you can make that be a material or you can make that be an assignment. Really your choice. If you're going to have it be an assignment, the expectation is that students will assume that they need to turn that in rather than if you make it a material, then maybe you want to assign a question or a quiz, which is what this video is going to be for. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a question for the lesson that we posted about striking. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that you're under the classwork tab, and we're going to hit create. We're going to go down to the question, and we're going to ask a question about something that they learned after moving through the material in this lesson. So maybe one of the key elements was stepping with opposition for our forehand strike. So now let's think about what kind of a question that could be. And as we wrap our heads around what kind of a question that might look like, I'm just going to kind of sidebar for a minute and sidetrack a little. Over here, you can have it be a short answer or a multiple choice. You can also, just like our lesson earlier, you can assign it to all your classes, some of your classes, again, all of your students or some. You can assign a point value. So maybe for this question, it's worth 5 points. We want to assign a due date, which is going to be the Friday at the end of their learning. And again, if you have been creating topics, you can assign it to a topic. And here you can, again, check the boxes, whichever one you think is appropriate for your students. So coming back over here, we want to think about what kind of question we want our students to try and answer. And again, this is really going to think about what level your students are at, whether they could answer it as a short answer or as a multiple choice. So for this, we'll do multiple choice, and maybe our question is, which foot do you step with in a for or during a forehand strike? Which foot do you step with during a forehand strike? And you want to give them at least 2 options. So same foot or opposite foot. And you could, if you want to, try and throw them off a little bit and say both feet. So again, we're looking for opposition here. So we want to step with the opposite foot. So again, the idea is now students have moved through your lesson and they have completed the lesson, and now you are checking for their understanding and you're looking for them to answer this question to see how they responded to your lesson. So then your last thing is that you can say ask, and again, just like with your lesson, you can ask it now, or you can schedule that for a later time. You could save it, and maybe you need to still continue to edit and think about this question. But when you're ready, you can go ahead and ask the question. And now this is going to pop up. And so the other great thing is this should pop up on your stream. So when students first get into their Google Classroom for physical education, they will see that Mr. Long posted a couple new things, and then they know what they need to go take care of. All right, so that is asking a question.